Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessed Mess Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, we're reading from Voices of Recovery, page 303, the reading for October 29th. Most of us find that fear is at the root of many of our damaging emotions and actions. It's from the OA 12 and 12, page 49. I learned that fear hinders me, makes me pull back, keep silent, not do in the first place, feel left out with my friends, avoid responsibilities, and miss the moment and all it has to offer. I have learned that once I become conscious of fear's presence, I can choose to dispel it by breathing out faith. Faith is the antidote to fear. Faith that my higher power is here with me, always has my best interests at heart, and will encourage and guide me to all truth if I ask. With faith, I experience this present moment and taste how good it is. Here we go again, another theme. I love this so much. Faith and trust. They are sort of the same thing. They go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. Trust is implicit in faith, and faith requires trust. And yesterday's episode was all about trust. And so today we have faith. And fear is, it's almost like, no, this is not theological at all. It's like the original sin against faith, against belief and trust in a higher power. Fear. Fear leads to doubt. Fear comes from doubt. I have a chicken or an egg situation here. I can't figure out which comes first. If fear leads to doubt or doubt leads to fear, or doubt's a form of fear, so it's really fear, but it kind of feels like doubt, and then we have trust issues, and I don't know. But but I have this theory that it is doubt, fear or doubt, whichever. Fear causes us to doubt in the truth of our dignity and our identity. And so I think that, like they said, I think they're right. I think fear is at the root of my disease. That even, I feel like I talked about the other day that shame, I'm realizing that shame is perhaps the biggest trigger for my disease to get stirred up. And the funny thing is that, like, the scariest part about shame is the fear that whatever I'm thinking might be true about myself is actually true. So the fear that this bad thing about me is true. It's fear. Fear is that's the scary thing about shame. Now, shame itself feels awful, but again, the awfulness comes from the fear that this yucky truth about me is true, or this thing that was said about me is true, or and so it's actually fear. And so I do think that fear is the root of my disease for sure. I think it's the root of what they said, like these emotional disorders, truly. That's my own personal diagnosis for myself. The solution of which is emotional sobriety, which we advocate for in this podcast. This is not mental health. This is not psychological treatment. This is Nora talking about her experience in the 12 steps and her own progression through emotional healing. Anyway, back to the show. So it says again, the quote, most of us find that fear is at the root of many of our damaging emotions and actions. And we know that emotions lead to actions. We know this. They are the driving force, the motivator of our actions, whether they're actions of commission or omission, things we do or fail to do. It's our emotions that drive that. And it is fear that is like the cancer, or it's almost like how radiation can genetically mutate things. I feel like fear causes this mutations in the goodness that I inherently am, and to my emotional state. It distorts it. It changes its desires and motivations, and it corrodes perhaps, what 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 was inherently and organically good. Because all of a sudden now, when I'm in fear, everything becomes about me and my safety. Whether that's the perception I have about myself, my physical safety, needs being met in various areas. That's what fear does. And the cool thing about faith is it allows us to turn around and look outward and live outward, because we're not worried about all that stuff. We're not worried about our needs getting met. We assume that they are, as an act of trust, because we've actually experienced that in intimate moments with our higher power. So that's all I got for today. With that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess, and I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.